Alright, so one of the most impactful groups of shoes that have been released by Nike every so often is the Doernbecher collabs. And for those of you guys who don't know what Doernbecher is or what it signifies, basically it is a collaboration that is hell-bent on telling the story of kids who had some sort of tragic or traumatic events happen to them in the past and have been invited by Nike to create their own shoes on whatever model they choose. And about a week ago, a whole new slew of Doernbecher shoes did release. Obviously, one of the most popular Doernbechers is that Doernbecher Jordan 4, the Superman shoe. For those of you guys who don't know, that shoe retails for like upwards of $2,000, and it's one of the rarest shoes on the market. But the new collection didn't feature anything as crazy as that. But in hand today, we do have the Doernbecher Foamposite 2023 edition right here in the flash. It says Doernbecher Freestyle on top of the box, and we're gonna go over all the details of the box, and I'm gonna unbox these together with you. So, as I already said, the top has that Doernbecher Freestyle with the Nike swoosh, and then on the size tag right here, these are a size 9, and it does say Doernbecher in big white font. As we open the lid, this lid actually contains a lot of the info for where this where this particular shoe originated from. If you guys want to pause the video, you can. But basically, this girl, Coley Miller, had to get a kidney transplant from her mother, and she was only 11 at the age of her diagnosis. And obviously, when you give someone a kidney of yours, your body gets weak, which happened to her mother. So she basically sacrificed her own personal health in order to help her daughter, which is very beautiful and very sad. So this is one of those shoes that can really get you in your feels, honestly. Now jumping into the wrapping paper, we got some Doernbecher Freestyle paper. Nothing too crazy, but still definitely a special detail. All the details on the shoe are very special and actually have a meaning behind them. Nothing on the shoe is an accident. And yeah, if you were listening intently to my reading, you would have figured out what everything meant already, but we're going to go over it piece by piece at the exact same time. So here's the shoe right here. It does smell pretty good as well. These are the Doernbecher Coley Miller Foamposite 2023 edition, because I do believe there are other Doernbecher Foamposites from the past. So, looking at the actual shell of the shoe, it does have a base color of blue, which signifies her mother's glasses, which she always remembers her wearing. So that is the main color on the shoe, and that is why that is there. As I said, every single detail on the shoe has a meaning, and some of them are more interesting than others, but we're going to go over all of them. So the starry pattern represents her and her mother stargazing, and that is her most fond memory with her mother, which is very, very beautiful. This white and blue weaving along the midsection of the shoe represents the culture that she's in, and the baskets that they weave as part of their rituals. That is why it's blue and white, and these like symbols do represent the symbols that are used on her culture's baskets as well. Another detail is the basketball elements on the heel tag, on the front tag, and also on the inside of the shoe right here. All those details do represent her love for basketball. Pretty obvious one there. The yellow on the upper of the shoe, even though I first thought that kind of ruined the shoe because it just doesn't match at all, it is her favorite color, And there is a hidden detail on the shoe that is very, very hidden. I don't think anyone would know this unless they were specifically told, but this white basket weaving design actually turns yellow in the sunlight, making the shoe entirely blue and yellow, which is really, really cool. So that detail does carry on to the back as well, and the back has the Penny logo in yellow. So when these are lit up in yellow, it's just an all blue and yellow shoe. On the outsole of this right pair, you have the wording that says Himachi, which means just do it in her native language. Jumping over to the other shoe, you got just do it in English on the bottom, but other than that, it's pretty much exactly the same shoe. It does have her name, Coley, on the tongue tag right there, and it says Coley inside this one. Actually, it says Coley inside both, but it does say Himachi in one of them and just do it inside the other one. So that is definitely a link between the two cultures, which is very cool. And Nike really does love their cultural diversity, which is awesome to see, of course. Besides that, in terms of the material qualities, I mean, this shoe is basically just a shell. It's extremely, extremely stiff. Like, probably the stiffest shoe I've ever held. There's zero bend, and this shoe is all but indestructible. Like, I can really toss this shoe across the room and it wouldn't really even leave a scratch. I mean, I've seen screws go through these things. They are very, very hard to beat up. They are a very durable shoe. Comfort-wise, probably not the most comfortable. There is this midfoot little rigidity support thing, which is also colored in black and blue, whereas most of those are usually all black on Foamposites, but that is definitely a cool detail. So yeah, we can't really speak too much on material quality because these are just like a rock. It's like trying to say what the materials of a rock would be. It's just hard as the hardest plastic you can imagine. But with that being said, sizing wise, I've only heard true to size, but definitely look into that more if you plan to buy these. They are not going for the high, so if you want them, definitely grab them. In terms of what my opinion on the shoe is, really not too big. I wasn't too big of a fan rather when I first saw them, but once I looked into the story of it, I did actually think it was very beautiful what Nike did with this shoe. One more thing that I do need to mention is that Hez Kicks, another very, very big sneaker YouTuber, actually interviewed all the creators for this latest Doernbecher collab, and Coley Miller is in there. So I will leave a link to that in the description down below for you guys to check out, because that is very insightful, and she does speak on why the details are as they are, as we kind of already covered, but I think it's more impactful coming out of her mouth. With that being said, a nice heartwarming video, but also kind of a sad shoe and a sad story, but life is tough. So with that being said, everyone has their own struggles. Make sure to be nice, because you never know what someone's going through. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you all later. Peace.